What's going on, guys? It is day 2 of our first week, and we're going to get to our first Olympic lifting day, or our triple extension day. So I've got my workout written down off to the side, so you'll probably see me be looking down quite a bit. But what we're going to be starting with is going to be mobility. And I think I forgot to say this yesterday, or for the day before, make sure that you are stretching before making sure everything's loose. We want to be focusing a lot on that squat mobility, all of that, because we're going to be squatting quite a bit. Working on that front rack mobility. So usually I'd say take an empty barbell. I've got this one loaded. So from here, it's going to be getting used to being in this position, working on taking one elbow at a time, rolling it through for several reps, things like that. Getting used to trying to grab from just my fingertips being on the bar to trying to inch those farther and farther to where I can grab this barbell in that front rack position. So this is where we're going to start. Right here, just spend some time getting ready, getting warmed up. So go through typical mobility for the day, and then spend extra time getting the work in, stretching through those lats, making sure as we progress through these 8 weeks, we want you to be more and more comfortable in that front rack position. After that, we're going to go into 5 sets of 3 box jumps. So no, that is not a lot of box jumps, and here's why. We're working on the extension. This is not box jumps how we did in the workout yesterday, to where we're trying to move through them, get them done. These are going to be to full extension. When I jump on top of this box, I want, if at all possible, I want it to look like I'm just standing right there. So here, and catch. If this is at 24, you can set it at 20, 24. If you've got a box for 30 and you can work on catching and standing straight up, do it, absolutely. The idea is that we're trying to create enough force to hit that full extension as we get to the top. Because we know that we can I can pull my knees, now I'm on the box, I did a squat and I stood up. That's not what we're looking for. So we're trying to get very explosive, that extension through the hips, knees, and feet, standing straight up. 5 sets of that. Quickest I want you to do that is maybe every minute on the minute. So every time it hits zeros, take more rest if you need to. Then we're going to go into our high hang clean like we talked about in the Olympic lifting video. So pull it to the top, and then from just above the knee, we're going to work on pulling straight through, catching, standing it up, and reset right here. When we're resetting, I'm thinking about just turning over and then catching and creating tension in my back. So try it out with very lightweight first, build up as you feel comfortable. But we're going to start here and pull in that straight line. Here, elbows, rotate, catch, stand. 5 sets of 3 right there. Then we're going to go into clean pulls, 5 sets of 2. So this will be from the ground. Like we talked about, we want a pretty upright torso pulling. And there, we're going to shrug and back down. We're going to do 2 reps, and that's a set. 5 sets right there. The reason why we have a lot of sets, very few reps, is because, like we talked about, a lot of this is technical. We want you to have the energy and your muscles to be in the ideal state to really be able to put this into muscle memory. Going from there, this one's important. This is going to work on our overhead position. This is going to be for our overhead holds. So this is now we're going to transition into some snatch work. You're going to do, you can set a 5-minute timer, 15 seconds on, 45 seconds of rest. So ideally, we're going to be in our snatch grip. If you need to, you can, well, that was a cheesy way to do it, but if you take it out of a squat rack, you can press it overhead, whatever, but the idea is that we want 15 seconds holding it right here in this position. We want you to get used to being locked out with this overhead so that we can work on the snatch grip and being comfortable with everything locked out. From there, if everything feels comfortable, we're going to go into some overhead squats. So keep this extremely light. Same grip, just like we had, but then squat for 2 reps, 4 sets, 2 reps, go from there. Then we get to our Metcon. I'm going to slide over to our, oh, I know this one. This one is 4 rounds of 400-meter runs, 30 air squats. here's how it's going to work. If you're on a treadmill, runner, on the track, whatever, first 3 rounds are going to be continuous. So you run 30 air squats, run 30 air squats, run 30 air squats. That's 3 rounds. Rest 4 minutes. Do that last round. Run 30 air squats. There you go. The big thing with this is try and keep those runs consistent. So out the gate, yes, you're going to be feeling fresh, but maybe even run at like 80% because we're going to try and hold relatively that same pace. We want to be focusing on that stride. When we're coming in for those air squats, our legs are now shot and we have a lot of lactic acid buildup. So make sure we're hitting depth. Nothing should be painful, but we should be feeling that lactic acid buildup, and that's what we're kind of combating. Make sure if you need to, when you finish your run, take a second, take some deep breaths, get composure, then go into your air squats before, just so that your heart rate doesn't get too jacked up and your lungs can maintain what we're doing. That's your workout for the day. If you do have extra time in the gym, one of the things I'd recommend is going back to yesterday, working on some of that pull-up technique, just the technique work. So your pulses, your 1-2 pull, just because we really want to hammer that down in the next 8 weeks because that's going to be a major focus. Hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the workout, and I'll see you next time.